These are the 7 biggest mistakes that I made in growing my own cleaning business. So in this video, I want to take you through the main things that you need to avoid, and what that will mean is that your company will grow quicker and more profitably. So let's jump straight into it. So number 1 is I priced my services too low. And pricing is obviously a big thing that I talk about on my channel. But the reason why pricing is such a major issue is that when you are starting your own cleaning business at the very start, you really have very, very little costs, particularly if you're doing the cleaning yourself. Aside from buying some products, you will have very, very little in terms of costs. Calls are probably getting diverted to your cell phone. You're probably using your personal inbox. You won't have any software or any follow-up software or anything like that you really need to pay for. So your costs in starting a cleaning business are going to be very, very low. So what you'll find is that, say if you charge your client $200 and you're doing all the cleaning, maybe, you're making $190 in profit. You spend some money on products, and maybe there's some other, admin costs that you're incurring that month, but the majority of that money that you make in the early days of your business will be profit. However, the issue is, as you grow your business, you will incur more and more costs. And if you use the same pricing structure as you used at the beginning, what you'll find is that your profit margins, in other words, the percentage of profit you make as a percentage of the total revenue that you bring in, is going to continue to drop. So, let's say at the very start you are doing the cleaning yourself. You get to a position where your schedule is full, you need to hire a cleaner. So as I talk about on other videos on my channel, we try and price our services at 50% labor. So if we are bringing in another cleaner to do some of the cleaning for our clients, then if we're paying them 50%, then out of that $200, straight away $100 is gone. And as you grow your business, you will need to manage all those clients, manage all those cleaners more. You'll probably have a scheduling software in place, which may cost $100 or $200 a month. Maybe you have telephone software in place. Maybe you're using a VA or a telephone messaging company to take your calls. Maybe you're putting more money into marketing, more money into recruitment. All these additional costs have to be paid out by the client, revenue themselves. So what you need to ensure is that, maybe if were charging this particular client who had, say, a 2-bedroom apartment, $200 for a bi-weekly service, maybe, as you grow your business, you need to be upping that price because you are incurring more costs. So this is something that I didn't really realize completely at the start. I thought, the cleaning business is a good high profit margin business, and it can be, but what tends to happen is that as you grow your business, your profit margins tend to come down. So at the same time as your profit margin coming down, you need to raise your prices to maintain that profit margin. I come across it so often with cleaning business owners that get in touch with me, that they use the same pricing, at the start as they do, a year down the line when they've got many more clients and cleaners and other costs, and they're wondering why they're not making very much money. So don't price your services too low. It's better to price your services high at the beginning and try to maintain that pricing. And as I talk about on my channel on other videos, we use this 50% labor cost pricing strategy to maintain our profit margins as we grow the business. If you want the link for that, just drop me a comment and I will share the link for the how to price your cleaning jobs in the description below. So my first biggest mistake was pricing too low. Mistake 2 was thinking that everyone wanted to book cleaning services online through an online booking form. Pick and choose your specific time and date for your cleaning and put in your credit card details, and that was all done and dusted. Previous to setting up my cleaning business, I worked in venture capital, I worked in technology and marketing. So my belief was that most people wanted to buy cleaning services in the same way that I would want to. Go to a website, book a time and service, input your credit card details, not have to speak to anyone and just get it booked there and then. But in actual fact, most people actually prefer to speak to someone generally. They want to get comfort that, the company that they're letting into their home is maybe insured. They want to ask questions about how their cleaners are background checked, or, what happens if a cleaner can't make it? Will they send a different cleaner? By having people in your home, there is a high degree of trust that is required, particularly for new clients. And when you are using purely an online booking way for people to book service with you, you are removing that ability to engage in some sort of conversation, an ability to build rapport, build trust with this new client. So what we found is that if you use a approach where you try and get new potentially interested clients on the phone, speak to them, you're going to get a much higher close rate from someone picking up the phone and actually booking service than if you use a pure online booking platform on your website. The other thing to say is that when you have an online booking form and you're using that as the main way to book clients, it is much easier for potential clients to price shop. Go to your online booking form, they'll type in how big their property is, how often they want it doing, and they'll see a price. So they can take that price, note it down, they can go on 3 or 4 other cleaning companies and compare that price. And many times that potential client will go with a lower cost provider. The reason for that is that, it may be difficult to differentiate the service that you offer, cleaning company A with cleaning company B. However, if you use more of a phone-based approach and you speak to someone and you tell them why your cleaning company is better, maybe your recruitment is better, maybe you're more selective, maybe you use eco-friendly cleaning products, that trust is with many people. If they like what they hear and your price is fair, more often than not, they will book service with you there and then. They'll give you your card details, it all get confirmed. They won't feel the need to go and price shop with other cleaning companies. Some people will do, you'll have a great conversation and they'll say, okay, I'm going to speak to 2 or 3 other cleaning companies. But many of the clients, particularly those clients that are more interested in quality rather than price, will, if they are happy with what they've heard, will go and book service with you there and then. So my second mistake was thinking that everyone wanted to book through an online booking. In actual fact, most people still prefer to speak to someone on the phone, be happy and be able to trust that cleaning company, and then to go ahead with the booking. So mistake 3 was understanding that the speed of response to new inquiries was the biggest driver of how many clients that you could bring into your cleaning business. So what I mean by that is that broadly there are 2 ways that someone can get in touch with our cleaning company and to get a price. So firstly, they can give us a call, or secondly, they can fill out an online form requesting some further pricing. Obviously, if someone calls the number and you're not picking up the phone, that is a big no-no. If you don't pick up the phone, and even if you call that person back within 10, 15, 20 minutes, which doesn't seem that too long a delay, often that first impression has been tarnished. Maybe that potential client is not got through to you, so they've called another cleaning company, and maybe that cleaning company is picked up and they've booked service there and then. So obviously a big no-no is not picking up any inbound calls. If you do miss a call, and this often happens if you're a solo cleaner and you're in the field, maybe you're not able to pick up the call. Obviously, the quicker you can get back to that person, the more likely that you are able to book that client there and then. The bigger the delay, the more likely that potential client is calling other cleaning companies, and maybe one of those has done a sufficiently good job for that client to book service with them, at which point that potential client is lost. So the inbound calls is one direction. The other way is that if someone fills out a form and says, I'm looking for bi-weekly service, this is the size of my property, can I get a price? If you receive that information, call that client up. If you call that client up within, say, 5 minutes, or say, within half an hour, obviously the quicker you can get back to that client in exactly the same way, the quicker you get back, that firstly shows the client that you are very receptive. Customer service is good, because they'll probably think, okay, if I did book service and there was a problem, they'd get back to me quickly. So, the speed of response shows that your customer service part of your business is really important. So getting back to someone quickly shows that. And also, secondly, as I said with the phone calls, if you're getting back to a new lead quickly, it means that they haven't had the chance to speak to other cleaning companies, and you're more likely to close that client as well. So my third mistake was not realizing that the speed of response to new leads was super important, probably the most important driver of the percentage of new inquiries that you close to clients. The fourth mistake that I made was thinking that the client is always right. This is something that gets bandied around all over the place. It is absolutely not the case that the client is always right. And in actual fact, in many of my other videos on my channel, I talk about trying to identify high maintenance clients. Those are the clients that will suck up all your time. They probably won't be 100% happy. They probably, because they're not 100% happy, they probably won't refer their friends and family to you. And even if they did refer their friends and family to you, there is a chance that they will be similarly high maintenance. So the customer isn't always right. Ideally, you want clients in your business that are obviously happy and you provide a good service to them. They are happy for you to get on with their job. When I talk about high maintenance clients, I'm talking about these types of clients that will send you very, very lengthy emails with a checklist of all these different things that they want covering off. These will be the clients that call you after every single cleaning to say, you missed X, you missed this, you missed Y, you missed Z. Can you do this different thing next time? Can you do that thing next time? And you can see these high maintenance clients by the frequency and the length of their communications with you. As you can imagine, if you're spending all this time with these clients and they're still not happy with you, it means that you're spending less time on the other parts of your business. Maybe you are not spending, you could be spending that time following up with happy clients, maybe sending them a gift in the post or telling them about a referral scheme, or maybe you could be as the business owner, spending some time with your top ranked cleaners and, speaking to them, seeing how we can help them do an even better service. Obviously, these high maintenance clients will suck up the time from you. So don't let me mislead you. If all your clients are complaining, then you very evidently have a quality issue. But if the majority of your clients are happy with your service and there's a small number of clients that are, continuing to complain or continuing to send these lengthy emails or calls, and these are the high maintenance clients. And these clients, ideally, you don't want to have in your business. You want to try and take them out of your business. If they're unhappy, just tell them up front, I'm really sorry we're not able to offer what you're looking for. Maybe it's best if we part ways and you find another cleaning company. Replace that high maintenance client with another client who isn't going to be high maintenance but will be happy with what you do. So the fourth mistake I made in my business was thinking that the client is always right, trying to say yes to everything, take on all these different bespoke checklists that we were being sent. In actual fact, that isn't the way to grow your business. The more complexity you have with your business, the less standardization, the slower your company will grow and the less profitable your company will be. So mistake 5 then goes on to, recruitment. Recruitment is an incredibly important and challenging part of your business. And when we recruit, my 5th mistake was thinking that the experience of the cleaning candidates was the number one thing that I needed to focus on. So let's say we had 2 candidates, and in my own cleaning business, we recruit a lot from the 5-star hotels in the cities that we service. Our service tries to implement some of these 5-star hotel things in our clients' homes that you would expect. So maybe the ways that we fold the towels, make the beds up, fold the toilet paper, for example. All these little touches we try and bring from what you might expect to see in a 5-star hotel and bring that into the home. So that is one of the reasons we recruit widely from these 5-star hotels. But let's say we had 2 candidates, one that was a supervisor and worked with this well-known 5-star hotel for 20 years. They maybe were a supervisor, and maybe there was someone else who only had 1 year's experience with that same hotel. On paper, and what I would have done at the very start, I would have said the more experienced cleaner is the absolutely stronger candidate. We would always, all things being equal, we would always hire that more experienced candidate over a less experienced candidate. In actual fact, this was the 5th mistake I made. It isn't all about experience. In actual fact, I value the softer parts of that person's character more importantly, than their experience. So what do I mean by this? What I mean is, what is that person's attitude? Are they engaging? Are they pleasant when you meet them? Because, if you get on well with them and you get a nice rapport with them, they'll probably build a nice rapport with with your clients. Are they always on time? Are they punctual, or are they always late? How do you think they would react to bad feedback, bad client feedback? Because it is unrealistic to think every single piece of feedback you'll get from all your clients will be positive. If that client is said, oh, you missed that, or you didn't clean this properly, how do you think that cleaner would react? And we want people within our company that will take on negative feedback. Maybe they agree with it, maybe they don't agree with it, but they always want to try to improve. They'll take on the feedback. The bad way to accept a negative feedback would be to be very defensive and say, no, that's not right. The client is absolutely wrong. So these softer parts of that person's personality, I feel now, with my cleaning business 8 or 9 years old and 4 cities, is that these softer parts of their character is more important than the experience. So I would 10 times out of 10, I would take a lesser experienced cleaner with these great personality traits than a more experienced cleaner with more negative personality traits. So that was the 5th mistake I made in growing my cleaning business, was thinking that the experience of the cleaning candidates was the number one thing to focus on. Mistake 6 was thinking that the softer stuff of managing your cleaners wasn't very important at all. And really this is a point about, managing your workforce, and it's managing people effectively. And running a cleaning business is still ultimately people business. If your staff feel valued and listened to, then they will do better work, they will stay for longer, they will refer friends and family who probably have similar traits to your business, and this will ultimately be a huge benefit in your cleaning business. Because the reality is that if your cleaners are unhappy, they will come and leave your business very, very quickly. And there is no bigger driver of client cancellations than your cleaners continuing to change and leave your business. If you have a client and their property is cleaned by the same cleaner in your business for many, many months and years, they'll just keep going. But if that cleaner is leaving, that is an opportunity for that client to say, okay, I'm going to go with a different company. I don't like all this cleaner turnover. So when I talk about the softer skills, I'm talking about people management, really. So I thought incorrectly that if we paid at the top of the market and we gave these cleaners jobs, then that would be the most important thing. In actual fact, what we found was that, we want to be checking in with our cleaners regularly, and we try and do this every few weeks, every month, and it's just having a regular catch up, how we'll go through the clients, which clients are you happy with, which clients are more challenging, how are things generally, how are things generally in life. We're trying to build a relationship ultimately, because if your staff feel listened to and valued and that you actually care, they will do a better job, they'll stay with you for longer, you'll get less churn. So this softer side of people management is super important. And that was the 6th mistake I made. I underestimated the importance of these softer skills with managing people. So mistake 7, and the final mistake, was not realizing that a lack of marketing is the biggest driver for not growing. So this may sound very obvious, but I come across it very, very often that many business owners will get in touch with me and say, I can't understand why my business isn't growing anymore. I'm running these same marketing campaigns. I'm spending the same amount of money. These things, worked great 6 months ago. The business is growing month to month, but now I just can't get past this plateau. And this is the 7th mistake I made in my business, and many others make in their business, is that if you do not continue to increase your marketing spend, as your business will grow, your business will eventually taper off and stop growing. And the reason for that is that, as I talk about on many of my videos on this channel, I'm a firm believer that building and growing your recurring client base is the best way to scale a business in this industry. So if you have a set number of recurring clients in your business, every month there will be a certain number that will cancel each month. And this is inevitable. Maybe some are moving out of town, maybe some don't have the budget anymore. But if you have other marketing channels that are bringing in new clients, then hopefully you're bringing in more clients than you're losing, and that will mean that you're continuing to grow. The reason why people hit these plateaus of revenue in their business is that as their business grows, their recurring clients maybe go from 51 months to 60 to 70. But if the same percentage of your recurring clients are churning each month, if say you've got 10% churn rate, at 50 clients, 5 will leave every month. But at 60, 6 will leave. At 70, 7 will leave. So each month as you grow, you're getting more clients leaving. If you are spending the same amount of money on your marketing each month and only bringing in the same number of clients each month, as your business grows, it means that you may be replacing those clients that you've lost, but there'll be fewer and fewer left over to grow on top of your business. And this is why the growth rates of your business will start to taper off if you do not increase your marketing spend as you grow your business. So my 7th mistake was not understanding that a lack of marketing was what was causing my growth to slow down. So in this next video, I'm going to tell you a bit more about the 5 key marketing methods that I use in my cleaning business. And if you use these marketing methods, these will be the best place to spend your time and money to accelerate your cleaning business. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you on the next one.